Court. Great. All right. All right. We have a good amount of people. Let me go ahead and start things. So hi, everyone. And again, welcome to the March monthly community call. We're very happy to share with you all the latest developments with the YMCA website services roadmap. We're going to have a PowerPoint and a demo for you, and then of course questions at the end, and I'll be watching for any questions throughout the entire meeting, so don't be shy to toss those out as they come. And I'll have this meeting recorded, posted to YouTube shortly, a little later today, so please pass along to anyone you know in the community that can't be here today, that they can catch the recording at their leisure. So with that, let me turn the meeting over to Shelley, and we can get the slides going and get all this good information distributed.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tom. All right. I'm filling in for Kylie this week. She is on a business trip. I'm Shelley. I'm the business analyst with ImageX, and I'll be running us through the March 2023 community call. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And start the slide, and we should be good to go. Everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay, let me minimize this. So welcome to the March call. Glad to have you all here today. We're going to do, should be a pretty short call today. We've got a few items on the agenda. First, we'll be going over just a quick overview of the March release, which is coming out today. We also have a little bit more information on the upcoming 2023 releases. We also have a short update on the on DAXCO and their deadlines. We also have a quick update on a new association site that has been launched this week. And then we have a question and answer session. So just to provide a quick overview of the March release that is coming out today. Included will be an update to Drupal 9.5. We'll also have our Layout Builder version 2 components, which will include new content types for articles, events, and branches. We'll also have some additional components for staff members, testimonials, and partners. And we'll be going through a short demo of a lot of those components right after this. We've also got some GroupX Pro embed updates, some accessibility improvements for the Layout Builder version 1 components. We've got some gated content patches for Virtual Y. Also included a new 404 error page with a contact form, so you can have a contact form or contact information placed on a 404 page. We also have updates to our documentation and included a new glossary in the website services documentation section. We're also currently working on additional brand development and a design system that will help kind of complement our layout builder work and make things easier for WISE to be able to set up a lot of custom design settings on their own. And then we've also reduced some technical debt from 2022. Now I'm going to pass it on to Stasia, who is going to take us through a quick demo of some of our layout builder components for version 2. So let me go ahead and stop my screen here, and I'll pass it over to Stasia.
Thank you, Shelley. So hi, everyone, and thank you very much for joining. So I'll be sharing a screen in a moment. Just wanted to let you know that unlike the previous presentation, we are not going to create all of these content types and components from scratch today, because we still have plenty information to share with you, but we will still do a detailed overview of our progress. So give me just one moment. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, we see it.
Thank you. So according to the presentation, I have to start with the new content types, but I'd rather start with the new components since I already added this cute banner to greet you all. So the first component we have been working on is testimonials. You can see it right here. You can place up to 4 items within this block. It allows you to add an image, name, and the testimonial itself. And here I just added one more comment from me just to show you that if you don't have an image, you can there will be a placeholder put here automatically. And what's cool about this component, let me switch to the layout builder. I will show you how to configure it. Okay, here. So what's interesting about this component is that instead of just always creating a new testimonials, you can also reuse the existing one. So let's say you already created one testimonial. If you would like to reuse it on another pages, you can just click on add existing component and pull it just by typing the name, for example, Emily Kim. And if we would like to create the new one, one moment. If we would like to create the new one, we click add new custom testimonial. We type blog description, the name, the testimonial text, and optionally you can place an image here. If you have any questions regarding the components, please feel free to leave them in the chat. And after the presentation, we will be more than happy to answer all your questions. The next component is partners. This one is pretty simple, so I don't think that we have to stop here for a long time. It basically allows you to put a name of the partner or the company's name and place the logo. And similar to the testimonial, you can also reuse them. The next component is staff members. You can place 4 items in one row. If you add more, they will be centered within the next lines. You can add the name and last name, you can place an image, job title, and email. And again, similar to the partners and testimonials, if you already created one profile once, you can simply reuse it on another pages. And the last component I'll be showing today is the modal window. Let's create it together. It should be very simple and fast. So I'm going to add a block called model. And for now, I will just type some test information here. We put the description of the model, then we can add URL where this model will lead users to, and the text on the button. What's interesting about this component is that by checking this model dismissible, you can choose whether you would like to show it only once, or if you would like this model window to be shown on every page load. For now, let's leave it for every page load just to check. And let's add this block. So now I'm going to save the layout, and this model component should appear right here. And it will lead us to the front page for now. All right, right now let's move to the content types. We have 3 of them. It's articles, events, and branch. I suggest starting with articles. Let me just open one that I already created, but I will also show you how to create one from scratch. We are going to add content, article layout builder, and here we just do a short overview of the fields that we have. So to add an article, we obviously need to add a title, optionally subtitle. After that, we can choose a type. For now, we have 3 types, either it's blog, news, or press release. Then we can place a header image, and we can add tags. The text can be managed under structure, taxonomy. Sorry, the scroll doesn't work right now, but I swear you can manage text right here under the taxonomy tags. I already created some.
You can click on taxonomy and it will open you the page with the list.
Yeah, right. Let's show it. Thank you, Andrei. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show right here under the tags. We can add the new ones. I already created some for this demonstration today, so we will be just using them. Let me go back to the article. When the tag is added, we proceed to build in our article. We just add article itself to the body, choose the location, publish date, and save the page. And as a result, we have this nice article here with the title, image, tag, some social icons automatically added here for the users to share the article to their personal accounts, the article itself, and the location. If we switch to the layout builder, Here below of this page, we have a separate section called Configure Related Articles. This section allows us to add a block related articles. I already added one just to show you how it looks like, but let's create one together. I'm just going to open some article that doesn't have this section yet. We are going to the layout, going down to the related articles, add a new block. This block is called Related Articles. And here we put title. We can add URL. And after that, we can decide which articles we would like to show as related. We can either sort them by an article type. It will be blog, news, or press release. Otherwise, we can also use locations, or we can use tags, or we can manually decide what articles to show just to specify their name. I don't remember what I created. For example, yoga is a way of life. And we can also decide how many items we would like to display. We have 4 options, 3, 6, 9, and 12. And after that, we add this block. Save layout. And here we have our related articles appear. All right, let's proceed to the next content type, which is going to be events. Events are pretty similar to articles to build. We are going to add event layout builder. We need to type the title, subtitle, to choose the location where this event is held. After that, we will be able to choose the country, and it will allow us to place more detailed address. We choose the street, city, state, zip code. We can add some URL for the directions. We can choose the event date. We place the header image. We choose the tags similar to the ones that we chose for articles. We add some summary or event description and choose location and save the page. And here is an example of the event. I created some book club event. Here you can see the header, you can see the information, the address, the link for the directions, the possibility for the users to add the event to the calendar, the tag, again, social links to share, some summary, location, and contact information. And similar to what I already shown you for the articles, we can also add the related events blog and also sort it by tags, by location, or choose the events manually. So that's it about articles and events. Let's move forward to the last content type, which is branch. Okay, for the branch, we again go to add content branch. And here we can fill all the necessary information in our usual way, just by filling the fields. But also below, you can switch to the layout builder, and this will allow you to add more components to the page using layout builder. Otherwise, you can still use these usual fields like content area, bottom area, and header area that you already know, and to add components here. So for the branch, we need to add a title. We are adding the neighborhood. We can check the box if it's not open yet and if it's coming soon. We can add the URL. After that, we fill some information again regarding the address. We can place some coordinates here, the phone, fax, and email. And we proceed to branch hours. For the branch hours, you can manually type the hours separately for all weekdays. And after that, you can also add some special hours for holidays, for weekends, or any special hours you would like to add here. Below, okay, as I said, you can add more components using these areas, but we also, as we switched to the layout builder, we can open the page that we have right now, switch to the layout builder. And here we have special sections that will help you to improve the branch page. The first one will allow you to configure the menu. So basically just by adding the blog, the new blog, we can choose the branch menu block. I already edited, so we already can see it on the page right here. In order to change the links, to change the button names, we just go back to the editing branch page, choose menu, and here we will be able to add the URLs and all necessary buttons that you would like to display on the menu. Using the same thing, we are going to add another component, which is called branch social links. It will allow you to add links to any social networks, and by just by typing the website, the icons will be pulled automatically. The next component that we can add to the branch page is amenities. When the component is added, we again go to the edit page. We choose branch amenities tab, and here we can specify which amenities are open. Let's say indoor pool is open and outdoor pool is closed, for example. And when we save it here on the branch amenities block, we will be able to see which amenities are open and which ones are closed. Other blocks like upcoming events and staff members, I just added here just to make this page look more live. Okay, let me see if I didn't miss anything, but I think this is everything I wanted to show you about the content types and components. Unless Avi, maybe you would like to add anything, I'm going to pass microphone to you.
Yeah, no, this was great. I mean, I think the biggest thing for the block, for the branch content type, you saw that was different from the others in that it had that checkbox that allows you to enable layout builder. That is enabling a different migration path than we've had for everything else so far with layout builder. So with landing pages, you have to recreate the landing page you know, from scratch. So you'll have your old landing pages, you'll have your new landing pages. And in order to kind of migrate those, we have the lazy migration that it's called, just kind of rebuilding those from scratch. With the branch pages, there's a lot of structured data in those, all of the hours, the address, all of that stuff. You won't have to re-enter all of that. When you're ready, you'll just be able to use that checkbox to switch the page from the kind of old fields-based approach, or the old layout to the new layout, and then you'll be able to add any kind of additional content in blocks that you need. So that was that's a big part of that.
Thank you, Avi.
Anything else that we missed from anybody?
No, just maybe to say to the all group conversation in the chat that everything that is block is reusable now. So if you created one-time staff member and put that staff member to multiple pages, that if you need to update it, you need to update it only one time. Once it's updated, it will be automatically updated on all pages because these are reusable components. These are not anymore like to recreate on every page.
Cool. Okay. I think with that, I'm going to take over and I will give a little update on our documentation. So I think I've got my screen there.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Cool. All right. I got some thumbs up. Okay, so just to review what's been going on with the docs, we have, for the last couple of releases, had an initiative to make sure that we're writing new documentation as we are getting things out the door. There'd been a lot of documentation that had been written in a lot of different places over the last few years of OpenY. Everything from the developers wiki to David Wells' awesome documentation on the community board, if you were around for that stuff. So a few months ago, and in the last year, we took the initiative to kind of build all that together. And it is all here in ds-docs.y.org. So when we go into read the docs, you can see some sections here. The main sections up at the top are the user documentation. So the contribution guidelines are just some guidelines for contributing both to the documentation and to the distribution as a whole. The user documentation is the main thing that folks who are kind of end users of website services are going to be using. I've kind of brought those up the top, and we have some of the developer stuff down below. So the devs have to dig a little for all of their things. So I just wanted to go through some of the new things in the user documentation that we've added. Again, just to reiterate, a lot of this was kind of bulk migrated from many different places. If you see things that are broken, feel free to let us know. There's definitely some old stuff in here that we are continuing to iterate on and fix up. So feel free to let us know in the channel if you run into anything that looks broken. So in the content types list, we can see the new content types that have been added. So I have new links for the article and event layout builder content types. I'm also working on updates to the branch content type page that's going to add all of the new branch functionality. In each of these, you can see a description of the content type. We've linked the designs. It's a very long one on mobile, but we've linked these things in here so that everybody can be on the same page with how the process of creating these things came to be. We've got information on how to create the content type, any kind of special stuff about the fields, and then how to customize them. Again, this is all kind of works in progress. If there are things that you see, if there are frequently asked questions, if there are intricacies with each of these content types that we can add, we are totally up for that. If you're feeling ambitious, you can use the links over here to try and add those yourself. This is all written in a way that is built to enable contributions from a wide variety of folks. We've got Shelly's been contributing some to the documentation, and it's open to everybody. Going further in here, like I said, we've got the event content type 2. And then we also have a huge section for all of the layout builder changes. So in the last release, we did some videos introducing folks to layout builder. We have kind of how to create a new page, how to update pages, how to save and publish them. So this is all kind of a how-to for layout builder. Going forward, there's more and more and more. If you keep scrolling there, or if you look in the sidebar, there are links in a section to all of the new components that we've added for layout builder. This designs page is special. And as I said, on the other content types, we have designs for all of these components. So if you're just looking for kind of a summary of what's there, and all of the things that we've done, this designs page was the best way I could think to kind of put it all together in one place. So for all of the components, we are adding individual pages for those. The modal is one of the new components in this release. So you can see here at the top we have some introductions. The videos are works in progress. I'm hoping to get those out this week. But you'll have a little switcher between a little kind of 1 or 2 minute video description of the component, or a diagram that kind of breaks out the fields in a little more visual manner. And then the same as the content types, links to the design, and information about how to add it. Any information about the fields, and little call outs when there are frequently asked questions or notes. That's kind of the structure for all of those layout builder components. Next up, the glossary. So this was a community edition. We kind of crowdsourced a lot of these things, but as anybody who's been here for even just this meeting knows there are lots and lots of words that we use that don't always mean things to everybody else. So this glossary is our attempt at trying to help folks understand a lot of those words. Again, if you have anything to add here, feel free to drop it into Slack or let us know in an issue. Lastly, a new addition as well, we have a kind of blog feature where we'll be taking the release notes that we put into Slack, and also any kind of updates, and we'll be putting them in here. So you can see today's release notes put into a nice searchable format, links to all of the documentation, and also links back to GitHub if you want to dig deeper. We've also added a roadmap. So there's tons and tons of work planned going on through 2023, as Shelley talked about earlier. And we've tried to kind of summarize that with what's been done and what is to come in the next few releases. So as we flesh out the next releases, we'll be adding some of that summary to these pages as well. That is what I've got. Again, ds-docs.y.org. Yeah, check it out. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Avi.
Any other questions about that stuff?
Documentation or anything? And yeah, if you could just go ahead and share that link in the chat, and I'll also place that link in the slide deck as well. And that way the team has it for their future reference. All right, great. Thank you, Avi. And I will go ahead and wrap us up here. Okay. So next we have our upcoming releases for 2023 and some of what is on the plate moving forward. We wanted to share with you all. For June 2023, right now we have a pretty full release already planned. We'll be upgrading to Drupal 10. We'll have our final layout builder component release. Potentially, we may have another version 4 if there's other cleanup components that need to happen. But the idea is that we'll get most of the wrap-up work done in June, and that will include items for locations, camps, with updated menus, facilities, and any final components that are included as well. We'll also have a revised schedules presentation with export to PDF. So if you've got schedules that are presenting in a table, we'll be making that easier to be able to export to a more printable fashion. We're also currently working on a design system with updates to menus, banners, feature cards, and other components with multiple templates. So you have some flexibility with different background styles, different card styles, and all those other types of things. In addition to that, we're also working on including a lot of brand compliance with color and accessibility and theme selection so that you can easily go in and as an administrator when you set up your website and create kind of a theme on the fly. So it'll be a lot more flexible for you from a design aspect. We're also going to be working on some further brand development. There's going to be an accessibility audit that's actually being started in the next couple of weeks for the sandboxes and the distribution, where we'll be doing a bunch of updates to make sure that we get as close to WCAG 2.1 AA compliance as possible. And then we'll also continuing to reduce our technical debt from 2022 and beginning of 2023. For September, some of the things coming down the line are a fix to focal point, which is currently causing some issues with responsive images. So we'll hopefully get that resolved in the September release. A lot of the accessibility issues that we'll find will probably come with fixes in September. So whatever isn't fixed in June, we'll have another set of releases for fixes for accessibility in September as well. We'll also be working on a promotion content type that will help to support internal advertising for branches or camps, so that you'll be able to place these kinds of ads on different content type pages. We're also looking into an integration with Microsoft Teams for alerts and an Active Directory integration and single sign-on for Microsoft and Google. There'll also be some improvements to Activity Finder coming forward, including advanced filtering and some other things that we're currently scoping. There'll be more details to come on that probably in the next call. We're also going to be migrating from ZK Editor 4 to ZK Editor 5, and we'll have more information about that to come as well. Another thing we're working on is sandbox improvements so that we're updating all of our demo content so we can support accessibility needs. So the sandbox will actually have some real demo content inside of it instead of lorem ipsum. So we'll really be putting in actual accessible content into the sandboxes. So when you copy those over, you'll actually have some real demo content to go with. And we'll also be working on furthering our brand development and creating additional brand templates. And for December, we've got a little bit of a light release right now. We're upgrading to PHP 8.3. There'll also be a Symfony upgrade with a Drupal core dependency. And we're also working on a public roadmap website that will kind of support the updates section that Avi just showed you, that will allow some community submissions and feedback for upcoming work. So rather than just posting all the work that we've already done, we'll start updating you on some of the things that are coming. So you'll have a bit of a better visual picture of what is to come over, hopefully the next, we're hoping 12, try to build that out to a 12-month roadmap. So that's something that we're working on currently. All right. And were there any questions about the upcoming releases or any contributions anyone wanted to put in before I move on?
Now, are you guys working on financial assistance, getting like the web forms, submitting documents, financial supporting documents, etc.?
I do know there's something in regards to an upcoming release. I do have an item to help with financial aid related forms and things like that. Is that what you're referring to?
Correct. Yeah, to submit like a secure portal upload for financial documents, W-2s, etc. for financial assistance.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know that I have that on the roadmap, but if you'd like, go ahead and send us some quick information about what you're looking for there. And what I can do is, get a ticket started in our ticket system, and we can start, considering that and scoping it out a little bit to see where we can place it in regards to a release.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
In regards to this question, there are some integrations in the community for web form where people end users are filling in information, and that web form as a PDF being submitted to internal system, as you said, via security channel. I don't think that we ever had this conversation because I believe that every Y does that differently. But maybe it would be a great idea to collect these experiences from different Ys and to start building some framework going forward. Because technically for the distribution, we have web forms in distribution, so we can build any complexity of web form, and we have that in documentation. But the only piece that is missing here is the result of that web form, that signed document, where end user puts a signature that should go to some external system, and we have a lot of dependencies to this.
Perfect. Yeah, we currently use web forms on our website, and then to submit a supporting document, they have to go out to box.com, which is a secure site, and they upload their financial assistance supporting documents there. So to have it all in one system would be amazing. I know we launched the digital for accessibility and for ease too. We launched the website version of financial assistance and application last, I believe, April, and we've already received over 1,100 applications. And so that is a need, especially within our community, and I'm sure that we're not the only Y who would benefit from that as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good one, and I think we'll have to talk a little bit about document security and all of those things and how those documents are stored. But yeah, I think that's a really great one to go ahead and put on the roadmap. So yeah, go ahead and I'll I put a quick note for myself, but if you want to send over some additional details about, your base requirements for that, I think that would be really great for us to kind of start building out some information for another updated release. And then looks like we had a question from David about custom built paragraph types being affected by these updates going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Avi, for
I can.
answering.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, anything custom that you have on your site, whether it's theme or paragraphs, those will need some sort of updating going forward. There are some Drupal community modules, contributed modules that allow you to place paragraphs with Layout Builder. You would have to test those and see how your custom paragraphs work. But that could be a kind of quick route to getting them working. Otherwise, the under the hood of kind of Layout Builder components and paragraphs are not too different. So it probably wouldn't be too hard to migrate those directly.
Great. Any other questions or comments before I move on?
Also, let me add to David. Like going forward, paragraphs will stay in the distribution and nothing will happen to all your custom built components. So you will still be able to use them across the pages, just not within Layout Builder scope. So if you think of Layout Builder content type, Layout Builder empowered content type, you will be limited only with components that created for Layout Builder. But if going forward, you would need to have that custom built paragraph component that you have, but in Layout Builder template, that will need additional development, or to Avi's point, installation of dedicated module, which provides you that wrapper as a block that will put your component to the Layout Builder.
Thank you, Andre. Does that answer your question, David? Awesome. Okay, great. All right, moving on. Just a quick update on the upgrade paths for Drupal.
Yep. So right now we are in this, we are in March. So we are between December and May. We are in this blue box, right?
Oops,
so
sorry.
What this blue box means is that we have both Drupal, we have all Drupal core 9.4, Drupal core 9.5, and Drupal core 10 available for us as a green. So these are all available, but in current release, we support only 9.4 and 9.5. The reason why we are not on Drupal on Drupal 10, because in distribution, we have a lot of models, about more than 200 models from community. And as of today, 6 models not ready yet, not yet ported to Drupal 10. So technically, we are on Drupal 9.5, which means our code that we built over time is supported by Drupal 10. We are ready to move with Drupal 10, but we are waiting for the community, and we are helping community, I mean Drupal community, to update those modules that we have in dependencies. So going forward, we would need to update all sites to Drupal 9.5. This will ensure that all modules, all custom built components that you have on your sites are ready and not breaking your site. Once we updated all sites in the community, that would mean that in 99% your sites are ready to go with Drupal 10. That will be included in next release of distribution. This table, this like schedule, use for planning your maintenance and planning your upgrade, because once you are in the red zone, it means that the specific core is not anymore supported, end of life. You will start receiving messages in your admin interface that your site is not secure. It doesn't mean that your site could be hacked, it does mean that it's not anymore supported. It means that there could be some security issues with that code. So just use this slide to plan your updates, connect to your digital partner, and we, as you see, we all still have a lot of time, a lot of room for planning our updates without being in a hurry.
Great. Thank you so much, Andriy. And of course, let us know if you have any questions about any of this information. All right. And then just really quickly, an update from Daxco. They have extended their deadline to March 31st for the new Group X Pro API credentials. So if you have not yet reached out to them, please do so. You have until March 31st before your Daxco integration might not work any longer on your site. So just something for you to know. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your contact support team at support@Group X Pro, and they should be happy to connect you with a representative. Okay, and finally, one last quick item. We have a new YMCA association site that was actually just released yesterday for YMCA Capital District. Please go ahead and give them a check out when you have a chance at cdymca.org. And that is everything. Thank you all so much. And we can do questions and answer session now if you'd like. If anybody has anything they'd like to address. Quiet today.
Overloaded with information.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. All right. Wow. I guess I, won't keep anybody any longer. Thank you all so much for participating today. If there's any questions or any concerns, please let us know. As usual, we'll be posting the link to this video and a link to the deck in our shared Slack channel for everyone to take a look. So yeah, let us know if there's anything that comes up with questions, and we're always here to support. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Be well.
Thank you, community. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.
You can stop recording.
Yeah. Wrong button.